Hey guys, Coach Pippin here from Pippin Performance, and welcome to the Fit Project, your weekly workouts designed to help you be strong, be mobile. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel below to get the latest workouts as they're posted. Today we're going to get to everything golf. I have my friend Chris here with me today, who not only played in college but also was a golf pro for quite some time. Golf is obviously a very skill-driven, but also requires a ton of mobility and a little bit of strength. Today's workout is all about the strength aspect of golf. We'll focus on rotation, core, lower and upper body, and a little power work. For this workout, you will need a med ball, dumbbells, and a wall to push off of. Today's workout includes level 1 bind, sideline internal rotation, 99 windmills, med ball rotation, RDLs, curtsy lunge, and isometric wall press. You ready to get going, my man? Let's do it. All right, buddy. Go ahead and lay down flat on your back and then sit up on your butt. We're going to start with the level 1 bind. So this is kind of like a rotational prep to get us ready. So we're going to take our left foot and put it right on the inside of our right knee. And first try to get a little hug on that knee just to make sure you get nice and tall. So you see how he's getting nice and tall here? The spine's nice and long. So he's got that good position. And now he's going to take his left hand and go behind the back, put it firmly on the ground and try to rotate that shoulder down and back. Chris has a lot of rotation capability, so he's looking really good here. If you're not able to rotate that far, don't worry, just have your hand a little bit further out here. So we're going to hold this pose for about 30 seconds, really trying to think about lengthen the spine. So we're rotating, we're not trying to tilt side to side here. You can see he's just trying to get up nice and tall, constantly rotating the sternum to the left, taking those nice deep breaths. Do a quick little check-in, make sure your shoulder's nice and down, everything's nice and engaged. You can cock that right foot up to the ceiling, get a little bit more out of it. Let's take about 3 more big breaths here, nice and smooth. Good. If you can't take that big breath, back off just a little bit on your rotation. If you can't breathe, that means you don't own that position. We got to back off just a smidge. All right, let's slowly come out of that and let's switch sides. Let the left foot out, right foot goes on the inside of the left knee. First, give it a big hug, open up that right hip, get nice and tall. Once you take about 3 or 4 breaths, then we want to go put the right hand plant behind, screw that shoulder, elbows nice and engaged, nice and packed, creating length and rotation. And now just start taking those big, nice breaths for about 30 seconds. Keep breathing, looks nice and engaged. Understand the more tissue that you engage when you're doing any kind of stretch work, rotation work, whatever it is, the more bang for your buck you're going to get out of this. So make this foot active, make this arm nice and active, the back arm's nice and active, and everything's breathing and working all together. Good. Let's get about 2 more really big breaths. Good. 1 more time, big breath, and slowly come out. So now we're going to get to what's called sideline internal rotation. So we're going to have Chris roll onto his left, face that way. You're going to bend your knees to about 90 degrees. Now we have a yoga block here, but honestly you can do this with like a thick towel, pillow, whatever you got. We're going to place it right in between the knees. We're going to make sure we squeeze that thing to create a little bit of tension. And the only thing we're going to move is this top foot. So it's going to rotate up to the ceiling. We're going to pause there and then slowly come back down. And notice we're not trying to move anything else. We're going to get about 10 reps here. Go ahead. So always squeezing that block. If you feel like your pelvis is starting to move too much, you can always take your right hand, put it right on your pelvis, kind of lock that guy into place. And the reason for this drill is in our golf swing, we have a lot of rotation coming off from our hips. Most people can't internally rotate all that well, so we got to make sure we own that position. Because if rotation comes from somewhere else in the butt, we're going to have some serious issues down the road. Good. Do a quick little check-in, make sure we're squeezing that block. Try not to let your lower leg come into play too much here, and make sure the top leg is mostly doing all the work. Good. Keep breathing for me. Good. Let's get 2 more good ones. Good. 1 more. And excellent. All right, let's flip around, head on this end. Let's do the exact same thing for the other leg. Nice little breakdancing move. All right, so let's engage that top leg. Right here, he's got his knees at 90 degrees. This hip's about 45 degrees out. Squeeze, and now elevate that foot and hold. If you feel like your hip's trying to move too much, once again, hold it with that hand, and then don't let it roll back and forth, because then you're no longer using your hip, you're starting to use your pelvis. Come on down. Let's get 9 more of those. Good, squeeze that block. That's 4, let's get 6 more. Keep squeezing, Do a quick little check-in. Where's your pelvis at? You got a good grip of it. Keep sure it's staying there. Good, let's get 3. 2 more. Good, 1 more. Get a good squeeze at the top. Feel this nice burn right here in the pocket, and come all the way down nice and smooth. I'll take that block. So now we're gonna get to our 90-90 position. So we're gonna take our right leg, since we're already here, out in front. Left leg's gonna come around his back. Perfect. And what you'll see here is he's got parallel lines between this front lower leg and this back trail leg. Now we're going to lay down on our right forearm. Good. Kind of make sure we engage that elbow a little bit so we're nice and safe. Now we're going to do windmills with the top arm. So we're going to first start by taking our left hand. We're going to reach out as far as we can, try to open up all this tissue. And then we're going to do a giant circle, opening up every little bit of this tissue here. Now you can see Chris has got a lot of room to play with, which is what we ideally want. If you don't have it, just go to where you feel safe and make sure you can breathe. So we're going to do 10 total here, nice and smooth, opening up every little bit of piece that we have access to. The more rotation that we can achieve with golf, the better everything's going to get. You got to get this guy moving so it doesn't come from that lower back. Nice and smooth. Do a quick little check-in, drive your knees into the ground, create some more tension in there. Looks good. Good, up, up, up. If you start to feel a little click or a little sketchy up in that top shoulder, just cut that range off a little bit. But the goal is you only kind of want to think about clipping your ear as you go all the way over. Good, let's get 5 more, halfway. Good, do a quick check-in. Have you been breathing these last 5 reps, or you've been holding your breath trying to squeeze out every little range? Make sure we're breathing, owing every inch. Looks good. Honestly, if you ever feel stiff in the morning, this is a great drill. It just kind of opens everything up, gets you kind of ready for the day. Good. 2 more. That's good. Open, open, open. And last one coming all the way around. Get that big reach, squeeze out the last little bit. And excellent, come all the way through. All right, boss, let's go ahead and flip sides. So now we're going to have our left leg out in front. Right leg is your trail leg. Make sure front shin is perfectly parallel to the back leg. Get on that left elbow. That bottom shoulder starts to feel a little funny. Just kind of pull that elbow in a little bit more. That means you're nice and safe. Looks good. You got a nice straight line from head all the way down to the right knee. Start by reaching and then up and over the top. Let's get 10 again. Looks good. And don't freak out if you have one side that rotates really, really well compared to the other. That's totally normal. Usually whatever direction your golf swing goes, you're going to have a heck of a lot more rotation going that way. Nice and smooth. Do a quick check-in, drive those knees from the ground. The more tissue we recruit, the better off we're going to get. Looks good, looks good. This is something also you can very easily do before you head out to that golf course. Get all the blood moving, all the tissue moving. Let's get 4 more. Looks good, looks good. And let's get 3. Do a quick check-in. Have you been breathing? Keep breathing, big, huge, deep breaths. Good, let's get 1 more, Chris. And all the way up and over. Excellent, so we're gonna get back to that bind now. So this time I'm gonna have you face the camera. Left foot, inside of your right knee. All right, so let's pull that left knee in. Let's first give it a nice hug like you're rotating your sternum a little bit to the left. So the reason we have this view is I want everybody to see that he's pretty much right over his midline. What he doesn't want to have happen is that we start to tilt. This is a rotation drill, not a tilting drill. So once he's on that position, now let's take the left hand up and over the top, put it in behind you, and screw it into the ground, and work on creating that nice tall spine. Excellent. Hugging that right knee, rotating your sternum as far to the left as you possibly can, and let's get 30 seconds here. Making sure we take those nice, big breaths. Right foot's nice and active. Excellent. So do a quick check-in. Are you rotating or are you tilting? You want to make sure it's all about the rotation. Good. Keep pulling in with that right arm. Make it nice and aggressive. Check. Make sure we're nice and engaged, nice and stacked. Looks good. Looks good. Set that shoulder down a little bit more. Let's get 2 more big breaths. 1 And slowly come on out. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So now your right foot's on the inside of your left knee. Left foot's nice and engaged. Give yourself a big bear hug with that right leg. Good. Feel that right hip kind of open it up a little bit. Once you feel nice and set there, now take that right arm up over the top, screw it into the ground. Work on creating that length here. Good. Let's get 30 seconds, guys. So what you want to think about is once you start to feel kind of safe there, and you can still breathe, use that left arm to see if you can pull you a little bit further into rotation. You'll start to see this guy right here get really, really turned on. It's pulling in and creating that rotation. You got leverage with that left arm, so you might as well use it. Good. Quick check-in. Are we breathing? Nice big breaths. Make that back arm nice and active, nice and engaged. Good. Let's do 3 more big breaths, and I'll push at 30. One more good one. And slowly come out. All right, go ahead and lay on your right side, facing out. We're going to get back to those sideline internal rotations. All right, open those knees. Good. Squeeze that block. So once again, let's put our left hand right on our pelvis. Make sure we're nice and locked in. Create tension through the knees, and now try to lift this heel as high as you can without rotating anything else. And back down. Let's get 10 of those. For most people, this is going to be the first time you've ever actually practiced internal rotation, so don't freak out if your foot only comes like 6 inches up. It will get better, you just got to put in the work. Nice and smooth. Let's get 5 more. Do a quick check-in, make sure that pelvis isn't rolling back and forth. Good, 2 more, Chris. Good, 1 more. Excellent. All right, go ahead and spin around for me. All right, so pull those knees in a little bit more right there. You radiate that tension, grab that pelvis, push down, and now lift up. Perfect. Let's get 10. So how do you know you're cheating if you feel like your hand is rolling forward? If you feel that hand start to roll, like so, that means you're going way too far and you're trying to create too much rotation, and it's not coming from your femur head anymore rotating, it's coming from your pelvis. So we just want to make sure he stays still, the rotation comes only from that femur. That's good. Let's get 2 more. Good, 1 more. And come on down. All right, good in that 90-90 windmill position, so stay on your left. Yep, get on that left elbow. All right, once again, check in. Make sure this guy is parallel to this guy. Left elbow is parallel to the left femur. Let's screw in, get tight there, and let's get our 10 windmills. Reach, reach, reach. Open up all that tissue. Open, open, open. He's trying to rotate his sternum up to the ceiling without too much stuff happening in here. It's almost like we're dissociating our upper body from our lower body in terms of a rotation piece. You can see there's not a whole lot of stuff moving here. It's just mostly his thoracic, which is this guy up. Getting all that good range of motion that we can squeeze out. Looks good. Make sure we're breathing. All right, we got 5. Push down with those knees. See if you can create a little bit more tension, so less lower body movements coming into play. Let's get 4. And 3. And then 2 more, Chris. And last one. Get all that little extra range of motion you can get out. Good. Dragging that hand across. Open that sternum up. And back and through. All right, flip it for me, boss. All right, get your setup. Make sure front leg's parallel to the back leg. Get a nice straight line here. Get on that right forearm. Drag it in. Feel engagement under that armpit. And let's get 10, guys. Take that left hand. Reach, reach, reach. And roll and open that sternum. Sometimes if you feel like your lower body's moving a little bit too much, you can always try to squeeze this top glute. It'll prevent that hip from rolling so much. When you go that way toward the backside, your hips are going to want to roll back to help. We want to get these guys to move independently of each other. So we're keeping this guy nice and sturdy as we move the upper body around. Looks good, looks good. Keep reaching, rotating that sternum up toward the ceiling. Let's get 5 more. Rotate, good. Start thinking about pushing those knees down, get that good engagement down there. Good. Let's go 3. Reach, open. And 2 more. Good. And 1 more, boss. Finish up. Squeeze up every little bit of rotation you can, dragging those fingers, open, and back down and through. All right, boss, go ahead. Come on, stand up for me. So now we're gonna get into a med ball rotation drill. So typically when you guys see med ball rotation drills, we're actually letting go of the ball. But this time we wanna work on trying to accelerate from our stance. We're gonna get a little rotation from the hip, going here, and then we're gonna come up and we're gonna slowly stop here right on the brakes. We're gonna come back down, reload, load to the right, boom, and pop through and try to throw that brake on at the top. Make sure you're using a light ball here. You don't want to get anything too far out. Make sure you're under control. So you see he's nice and loaded. He's got his hips all set, abs are engaged, and now he's going to accelerate up and to the left and throw the brake down at the top. Boom, he pauses, everything's nice and engaged. He's having to engage all this tissue to throw that brake, and now he's going to come back down, reload, load to the right, and then accelerate up to the left. Excellent. We're going to get 3 more of these guys. Make sure everything's nice and set. Don't be in a rush. Good. Let's get 2 more. Make sure we're set. And go. Good. 1 more. And accelerate. Excellent. So now we're going to go the other way. Even though you might not swing this way, we got to make sure we're getting balance. It's going to feel very, very awkward when the first time going to your left or your right, depending on which one's your other one. And now accelerate through, rotate that back foot, and throw the brake on. Excellent. Come back down. Let's get 4 more. Good. Everybody take it nice and slow here. This is where you're working on power, acceleration, and deceleration. Good. Let's get 2 more. Good. Come up and rip. Good. 1 more. Come up, get a good pause at the top, and down nice and smooth. All right, boss, go ahead and drop that ball. Now we're going to get into what we call RDLs, or Romanian deadlifts. So go ahead and stand on the mat, let's face me. So we're first going to start up nice and tall. So this is basically a hinge move. We're going to think about trying to push his hips back as we get into this kind of forward position. Own that position. We're going to drive through the floor, come up and squeeze our glutes. So we're going to make sure nothing moves here. His abs are engaged, his head's over his spine. His first movement is going to be his hips going backwards. And we're going to get 10 of these guys. And begin. Pushing the hips back, He's owning that position, abs are engaged, and now he's going to drive through the floor and finish his hips to the top, standing up nice and tall. We're just going to go for 10 guys. Make sure you stay on your heels. As you come and accelerate forward, you're going to want to kind of fall forward on your toes. Make sure everything's nice and grounded. Start out light with this, guys. Good. If you start to feel your lower back while you're doing this, something's going on in your spine. Either you're falling forward or you're sticking your butt out way too much. So at the bottom, make sure you feel your abs engaged. Hamstrings are nice and stretched out here at this bottom part. And then at the top, he's coming through with his glutes. Let's get 5 more. Come up, accelerate. Boom, good. 4 more. Come up, accelerate. Good, 3. This is all about just getting us comfortable in this kind of slightly hinged position. We got to develop comfort where we're going to spend a lot of time at. Good, last one. Awesome, go ahead and take those. So now we're going to get into a curtsy lunge. So we're going to have Chris stand right here in front. He's going to start on his left foot. He's going to reach his right foot back, find a good position, and then he's going to drop down. The knee is tracking kind of mid-foot out, and then from here he's going to work on accelerating and coming back and rotating that hip. So let's get 10 on the right and 10 on the left. So first start up nice and tall. Left foot's perfectly straight. He's going to come up off the right foot. Start reaching back toward me. He's going to come down, bend, and he's going to hold in that position. Now he's going to drive up through that left leg and come back to a nice accelerated position. Come back. Come through. Now Chris has a ton of range at his disposal. Keep going. Don't worry worry about how far you're coming over this way. Start small. You might want to start 6 inches across. And as you start to feel a little bit more comfortable, then you can start going out as far as he is. The cool thing about this drill is we're getting you out of that normal kind of front and back, side to side type stuff. We're getting a little bit of rotation here while developing that leg drive and leg power. As a theme for almost everything we've done today is all about rotating. Good, 2 more. Good, 1. Big pause, and come through. All right, let's stay on that right leg and now go the left leg around. Hold in that position, make sure we're solid, and then come on through. This is the first time we've ever done this, guys. Make sure you take your time with this. When you get to this end range over here, this is gonna feel really funky the first time you've ever done it. So hang out there, count to like 5 or 10 in your head, own that position, and then start to work your way back. And then as you start to feel a little bit more comfortable, you can start adding a little bit more speed, a little bit more power to it. So just take your time in the very, very beginning. Let's get 3. And 2. Good. 1 more, Chris. Finish up. Come up and through. All right, guys, now we're gonna take it to the wall. So just make sure you have something that you can push against. It could be a beam, a rib, wall, whatever you got. So you're gonna take a stance probably about 7 inches away from the wall and get kind of a little bit of your golf swing. Now, we're going to rotate, keeping our hips decently still, and we're gonna put our hands on the wall, and now we're gonna act like we're trying to push this wall. Obviously, it's not gonna move, so this is what we call an isometric contraction. So we're gonna push into the wall for as hard as we can for 10 seconds. Take a 1 second break, push for 10, 1 second break, push for 10, and then we're gonna switch sides, all right? So Chris, go ahead and stand on here. So he's gonna take his stance, a little bit wide with shoulder width, hips are pushed out, and now he's gonna rotate to his left, put his hands on the wall. And it doesn't matter where you guys put your hands, just find a place where you feel like you can generate some force. And now we're gonna brace, and now we're gonna push into this wall for 10, 9, 8, feel everything engaged. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relax a sec. And now we're gonna engage again. Go, 10, 9, keep breathing, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, take a break. Last one, let's go. Push everything through that wall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. That was probably way harder than what you thought it was gonna be. Go ahead and rotate around for me, Chris. Let's do the backside. Everything should be lit up. You're generating force on an immovable object. If you can move the wall, we got a big problem. All right, let's rotate now to our right. Hands on the wall. Try not to get too much of a shift. And let's go. 10, 9, 8, breathe. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relax a sec. And let's go again. 10, 9, use everything you got. 8, 7, 6, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, relax a sec. Last one, let's go. 10, 9, keep pushing, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, guys, we're gonna go through all that one more time. So let's get back here for our med ball rotation. Face the camera, take that good little set. Let's go to the other side first this time. So we're gonna go to our right. Make sure we turn that back foot, accelerate, hold, and down smooth. Let's get 5 total. Up, hold, and down smooth. 3. Good. Down. You got 2. Get that good rotation. Accelerate. Throw the brake on. Good. 1 more. Last one. Accelerate. Throw the brake on. Excellent. All right. Let's go to our left now. Take the exact same stance. Load to the right and accelerate. Go. Good. Down. We got 4 more. And go. Good. 3. Go. 2. Go. 1. Last one. Own it. Good. And down back to starting position. All right. Put that ball on that side. All right. Let's get back to those RDLs, guys. So once again, we're not letting anything move. We're just shoving the hips back. Own this position. Feel a good stretch in the hamstrings. And then finally come through with those hips. Let's get 10. Smooth, smooth, smooth. And rip. That's 2. Make sure we're initiating the movement from our hips. It's not a knee dive, so we're not letting the knees really move at all. If you watch, his knees pretty much stay perfectly still the entire time. That shin stays perpendicular to the floor. He's moving his hips around his knees, not his knees around his hips. 5 left. Good. And rip. Good. 4. Come up tall. Right there. Good. Sometimes we have a tendency to over finish and we get our hips out in front of our feet, so we just want to end so we're nice and tall. Good. That's good. Hips back. Get a big stretch on those hamstrings. Good. Last one. Get that good pause here and rip up and through. All right, throw those dumbbells right behind you. So let's get back into that curtsy lunge. So we're going to stand here, left foot, and we're going to reach with that right, all right? So if you feel pretty comfortable, see if you can get a little bit more range with that right leg kind of circling around. Remember, it's not necessarily going back, it's kind of almost coming at like this 45-degree angle right toward me. And let's get 10, guys. Good. Get that good pause and rip through. 2. Hold and rip. 3. Your left foot is more going to rotate to the left. So try to think like big toe, pinky toe, and heel is your 3 points of contact on that front foot. Because he will want to roll to make up for lack of range of motion. Good. You got 4 left. And rip. Good. And as you get more comfortable, you'll see how he's really ripping his hips around. Good. 2 more. And rip. Good. Last one. Let's get a good pause and go. All right, let's go to our right. Right foot's engaged, 3 points of contact, and rip through. 1. Another good cue to think about here is you'll see how his sternum is pointed straight ahead. So as you go, don't let your sternum rotate to the left as your left foot comes around to the right. Always try to think sternum straight ahead. The more straight the sternum is, the bigger stretch we're going to get back here in that left hip. Create more rotation. Good. Good. Let's get 3. Check in with that right foot. Make sure we got those 3 points. Good. Last one. All right, let's get on that wall. So this time we're going to start with the opposite one. So he's going to face me, so we're going to our right. Get in that good position. Get on that wall. And let's engage. 10. 9, push through that wall, put a hole in it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relax a second, and let's go. 10, 9, 8, keep pushing. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relax a sec. Last one, guys, go. 10, 9, keep pushing, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly come out. Good job, guys. All right, last one. Let's spin around. Let's finish strong. Get that good stance. Hips go back. We're rotating from our torso. Hands on the wall. Create tension, and let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, breathe. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax a sec. Let's create a little length here. Boom, right there. Go. 10, 9, breathe. 8, 7, 6, put a hole in it. 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. All right, last one, guys, let's go. 10, 9, breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of today's workout. Trust me, you definitely need some strength training to get your golf game where you want it to be. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, remember, be strong and be mobile.